Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome to Thriving Thursdays, where we meet each week to learn a new tool to create more happiness in your life and business. So, this week I want to talk to you a little bit about how to create goals with soul. And this is a little bit of a fusion between the event that I attended this weekend, Rock Your Bliss in Pittsburgh, and some techniques that I use with my clients. So, goals are really important because ultimately these are about creating our destination, right? So, we're on this journey, we have this roadmap in our lives, and where do we want to stop along the roadmap? Um, what's the destination ultimately, and what do those little pit stops look like? So, really, as Jackie said this weekend at Rock Your Bliss, goals are sort of like placing your order. And this is a really cool example of this. So when I decided to get a dog, my boyfriend and I had talked about it a little bit, and we had decided on the type of dog that we want, ideally. We couldn't really find it. We're like, whatever. The one day I was like, I'm getting a dog today. I'm going to go look. I'm going to find one. And great. So what did I do? I Googled. So I set the intention is the point, right? I set the intention, and then I started creating action around it. So I Googled dogs in Pittsburgh, right? Or like buying dogs, pet store in Pittsburgh or something. And the first link that came up, I clicked on it. I looked at the pictures of all the dogs, and I saw the exact dog that I wanted forever, and now I have him. So I went and got him, and it was like the perfect storm, pretty much. Not storm, but like the perfect beach day, let's say. And so then I got a dog, but that only happened because I set the intention, and then the intention informed the action. And really, the goal was aligned with my values because I wanted to build more positive relationships. I wanted to have more of a family environment. And so I decided I wanted a dog, and that's what I got. So it's like placing your order to the universe so that it can conspire with you to create what it is you want to create and to bring in all the resources that you need to create that. So writing things down is a really powerful act. I think it makes it a lot more concrete. So if you're able to write down your goals, they are automatically more likely to happen. Same thing goes with if you create something like a vision board. I think it's 18% more likely to happen if you are seeing it constantly, right? So if you can create your goals in a visual way as well, you can go on Pinterest, you can create a board there of your vision or your goals, whatever it is, and go back to that and look at it. You can help cultivate some of the feelings around that goal. So if you feel how you want to feel eventually, and you start feeling that way now, you can pretty much create the environment to have whatever it is that you want, which is pretty freaking cool. So the best way to make sure that goals are actually accomplished and that you follow through is to align them with your values. So that's what I want to help you do today. And hopefully this is really helpful for you, and you can apply this model to any goals that you might have, whether they're personal, professional, health goals, anything like that. You can apply this model. So the first step is to define your values. So start by thinking to yourself, what is it that I want to feel? What is it that makes me who I am? What is it that is unique about me? And what do I want more of in my life? Usually our values tend to be something that we're constantly consumed by, or we really have a lot of focus on. So choose a couple words that describe that to you. So maybe that looks like freedom, wonder, independence, authenticity, whatever speaks to you, whatever resonates, just write those down. So the second step is to list your values in order of importance. So you're going to start with 1 and work your way down, depending on how many values you've listed, and 1 would be the most important. The third step is to put your goals to the value test. So think about and answer this question for each goal that you have. How does pursuing this goal contribute to my top 3 values? So whichever those ended up being when you put them in order, 1, 2, and 3. How does achieving this goal that you have in mind contribute to those 3 values. Also, how does this goal support the things that I value most in life? So how does this goal, achieving this goal, support those top 3 values as well? Okay, and the 4th step is to ask yourself, what is the pain and what is the pleasure that I associate with creating this or achieving this goal or not achieving this goal? So first ask yourself, what do I gain from achieving this goal? And I'd like you to list 3 things. And then I'd like you to ask yourself, what do I lose if I don't follow through? And list 3 things as well. So that's the 4-step magic process to creating goals with soul, a little dream insurance for you. And the important thing to remember is that when we're goal setting, the goals are the destination, like I said. They're the how, they're not the how, they're the why and the where. The how comes later, that's the action plan, and we can get to that in a later episode. But really what motivates us as people is the why, right? So the why behind it, the values, the pleasure that we're going to get when we accomplish it, the pain we're going to feel if we don't. Those things are the real motivators in our lives. So think about that with any decision you make. You can apply this to other areas as well. So yeah. So I hope that was really helpful. And remember, you can apply this to anything in your life and have fun with this. I'd love to hear how it goes for you. And if you could list your top 3 values in the comments below, that would be amazing. I would love to hear what yours are. Mine were wonder, freedom. What were mine? Let's see. Wrong notebook. Hold on. Mine were growth, self-assuredness, and wonder. So there you have it. All right, have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye. And this is my cute pup. This is Byron. Isn't he a sweetie? He's sleepy.